want a traditional woman, but they don't want to be a traditional man. So you want a woman to come home from a job, clean, cook, do the laundry, take care of the kids, and you guys are both going to work. Do you see how that don't make sense?
No, it does make sense. And yes, I do want you to do that.
So you're telling me that a woman has to go work like a man every day, and a man goes work, and he's tired when he gets home. A woman's not tired. She has to clean, cook, do the dishes, do the laundry. Are you kidding me?
First of all, yelling doesn't mean you're winning an argument. It's a sign of low intelligence. Your point is invalid, and you sound like the rest of these unwedded women talking about, I'm gonna go to work like you. Do you want me to cook, clean? If that was the case, so what? Yes, you're gonna cook, clean, do this and do that. And guess what? He taking the trash out, he fixing the house, he making sure this. Y'all have different responsibilities and different roles. A lot of modern day women don't even know that they're not fit to be a wife.
And you think I'm not fit to be a wife?
Here's the issue with.
All right, yo. So I want to touch on that because I get where she's coming from. But matter of fact, I can see from both sides because. All right. So what she's saying is that, you know, she works as well. The guy works, but at the same time, the guy expects her to take care of the house, cook and whatever, right? But before I heard the guy's point, I was leaning towards the female. But then the guy pointed out, okay, the man does the technical stuff or the heavy lifting stuff around the house, takes the trash out. And yes, y'all have different responsibilities. So in that aspect, I think it's really fair play. Like from the female's perspective, she was just looking from that perspective. She wasn't looking on the other side of the spectrum. So I do agree with both of their points.
Modern dating in a nutshell. Nobody wants to be on the apps, but most people are defaulting to the app.
But hold on a second. I should mention something. She said traditional woman. Now, traditional woman, I think that she exaggerated that because most men really aren't expecting women to be traditional women. Because first of all, one of the biggest thing with a traditional woman is that they have to be a virgin. Because that's how it used to be back then. You get married off to a husband that can, you know, provide for you and your potential family. When you get married off to them, you get married off as a virgin. So that man would be the first and only man that you will probably have in your life. So to say we want traditional women is a bit exaggerated because I mean, bro, like maybe probably like 5% of the population right now is a virgin. Like you have people, children engaging in sexual activities from as young as 13 these days. So the traditional thing, that's not really much of a thing anymore. But yes, it is nice to have a woman that takes care of the home, but at the same time, as a guy, you do have to fill in and, you know, do your part.
Everyone wants to meet someone in person, but no one really knows how to do that or is doing anything differently. And I think the solution is that you have to get out of your comfort zone and do things that you wouldn't normally do. It could be as simple as like slipping someone your number or going out of your way to meet new people in new ways. And that is really how we're going to break this cycle about complaining on modern dating.
Half of Gen Z men no longer actively even trying to date. They're not even trying. And so the question is, well, why is that happening for women? Women, first off, are dating older. They want more economically and emotionally viable men, and that usually means older men. In addition, when young women are lonely, they have much better social networks. They have much stronger friend networks, whereas guys become kind of lone wolves and kind of literally sequester from everyone and everything.
He not wrong, because a lot of my friends right now, bro, like, well, I don't have a lot of friends. I don't know why I even said that, but the guys that I know that are in my circle, man, is either they're in a long-term relationship or they're just messing around or they're just single. Like they're not even dating. Not even dating. because like when you look at the type of people that are out here, bro, like really it doesn't make much sense to really try to even date or pursue anyone because number one is either it's all about benefits or it's about opportunities. I don't know, man. Like it's so many different agendas now what that cause people to be dating, especially on the females side, because I've seen women that only put themselves out there to date just so they could get free meals. So, see the problem, right? Yeah, this is
Take a good look at yourself if you're going to come here onto a dating show and talk to me, a 21-year-old girl, that way.
I'm
I'm not talking
just
to
because
you.
you're 21-year-old.
Am I insulting you? No, never once did I insult you or called me a bitch, and never once did I cuss on you. So maybe you should rethink the way you're speaking to me, and then I will give you that same respect back. Shows that you're insecure. You're coming towards me, my personality.
Right, but you still can't name anything that women were oppressed by men since the dawn of civilization, right? Cool.
Women.
Just double checking on that. Cool.
So you don't think they were?
I think you should do this. Let's get into it. Y'all, I don't think you should date people or force yourself to be attracted to people that you aren't attracted to. I don't believe
I
that
agree.
God is going to send you a person
100%.
that you're not attracted to. In fact, you'll find in the Bible that God created specific attraction in someone in order to accomplish a purpose in the kingdom. We keep forcing ourselves to choose people that we aren't attracted to. Maybe because of what's familiar to you, because of what society says, because they're a good person, because it's the right thing to do, because of timing, because they this, or because they that. And a lot of times you find that it doesn't end up working. I just saw a story of a woman whose husband admitted that he was never attracted to her. He prayed to be attracted to her because of her good heart. But she ended up suffering, feeling insecure, because he couldn't hide his lack of attraction to her. What you'll find is that the person you chose ends up suffering, possibly creating insecurities, because they know in a perfect world, they would not be your first choice.
That is right. That is absolutely true. And I'm glad she said it because I've been saying this for years. And you have a lot of people that will say, oh, you're shallow minded and this and that. Like, shut up. It doesn't make sense to go out there and try to date somebody that you're not attracted to physically, that is. Because emotional attraction doesn't come without some form of physical attraction. It's impossible. You have to like what you see in order to form that emotional connection. You have to have some idea of what that thing looks like. It's just like when you're getting a gift, right? You are excited that you're getting a gift, but you don't really have any connection towards the gift because you don't know what it is. But let's say you open the gift and it's something that you've been wanting for a long time. That level of excitement just skyrocketed, and the more you spend time using that gift, you form that emotional bond where you feel like, oh, you can't do without it, and if something happens to it, it stresses you out. So it's the same when you're building relationships with people, G. Like, you have to be physically attracted to that person before you are able to form that emotional connection, because that person could be the best person in the world, and if you're not physically attracted to them, it's never gonna work. Because number one, you're not gonna be able to show that person affection. The level of intimacy is gonna be like dirt level. There are so many things that are gonna be affected, and I always tell women this, like, if I'm not physically attracted to you, it's never gonna work. Never gonna work, because one of my top love language is physical touch. Second is quality time. A lot of times I just want to be all over you, or I'm just touching you all the time. I'm just touching you whenever. That's just me. And if I'm not physically attracted to you, then that's not going to happen. And that's going to be an issue.